The whole family's coming out. Yeah, come on out, all the way from Florida. Give them some love as they make their way out here. And look up there. Come towards me. Come towards me. Face me this way. Tell everybody your name and how old you are.
I'm Davlin, and I am 12 years old. I'm Grace, and I am 11 years old.
I'm Christy. How old are you? No, never mind. Never mind. And you guys know the 3 words that gets every film shoot started. Are you guys really, really loud? I mean, we need you to be so loud. Who has the loudest voice in your family? He's coming out here, Timothy! He's making a last-minute appearance right here, baby boy. Tell everybody your name. Can you say Timothy? Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks, kid. Listen, you guys, as loud as you can. But who has the loudest voice in your family? It's you? Or they said, oh yeah, it's me. In my family, it's my dad. Is your dad here today? Where is he?
He's deployed because he's in the military.
Really, where?
Qatar.
Oh my gosh, let's give it up for her, man. Well, you know, this is the place where dreams come true. So all I want you guys to do is turn around and look that way. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain Ryan Garson! And his family! And his wife, Kristen, his children, and Timothy. Go get him, Timothy! Go get him! Oh, it's awesome! Please stand and show your support that you are able! Awesome! Yay! All right, you guys, beautiful! Timothy! Timothy! This way, guys! Oh, yes! Timothy! Where are you going? This way! Come on! Come to the center, guys! Yeah, he was there for a year and he's going to be back for a while. We're happy to hear that one more time for Captain Ryan! The Air Force! One of our fly boys! Yeah! All right, you guys, now all together, the 3 words that gets every magical memory started in every film shoot. Ready, go!
Light, camera, action!
And the crowd goes wild!
Sometimes what's in your heart pours out into the world and you don't care who's around to see it. Hunter Dodd doesn't know it yet, but he's about to show all of Easley High School the love between a father and his son.
They will bring home the national title, I'm told, next time, though.
As ROTC battalion leader, Dodd led his team to a national competition, hoping one day to follow in his father's footsteps.
My dad's in the Army. He's actually in Afghanistan right now, serving, and so we miss him a lot. He should be back in May.
But Dodd's hero, Staff Sergeant Christopher Page, is no longer overseas. He's hiding in a classroom, waiting to surprise his son during an award ceremony after a year of being apart.
The next person is our team captain and our tank CO. Now, hold on a minute, we got somebody else who's going to help present this to Cadet Dodd, his dad.
This is the moment they've both been dreaming of, but it wasn't complete without one more stop. Dodd's 12-year-old brother Chandler has no idea why the students are gathered in the gym at Getty's Middle.
Just know we were really doing this today, but we have a special thank you for Chandler. Right from right there, I think you know what
A father and his sons reunited.
Now you gotta go back to class, you know that, right?
Dodd will tell you his family isn't a family until they're together. He doesn't have to worry about that now.
Serving overseas in Afghanistan, Staff Sergeant Kevin Brady befriended Bailey. It was a 7-month-old pup, but when Kevin returned stateside, he had to say goodbye to the puppy he found, or so he thought. And then, thanks to 2 organizations, Save a Pet Animal Rescue and Guardians of Rescue, They raised money, they brought Bailey stateside, and take a look as the two were reunited on the 4th of July here in New York. And then took a trip back to Kevin's home in California. Look at that. That is just absolute joy.
I mean, Bailey can't get close enough to his
He wants to
daddy.
crawl inside. This is all a part of a project called Nobody Left Behind. And
Nobody, B-U-D-D-Y, that's really nice.
that's terrific. And we are now joined by Staff Sergeant Kevin Brady via Skype. Kevin, first, I want to thank you for your service. We depend on folks like you, and thank you so much for doing what you've done. What was it like? What was it like to see Bailey again?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, she was a little piece of home that was overseas that got to come back. So, I mean, you saw the excitement on both our faces.
Yeah.
So I think that says enough.
Yeah, it looked like you wanted to crawl inside of each other's bodies. So how did we first meet Bailey? How did the pairing come to pass?
Bailey actually came and visited our base when she was barely even able to walk. She couldn't even walk around on the rock. She was pretty unstable, and myself and a bunch of other soldiers kind of took her in and started caring for her, and basically just raised her and spoiled her from there. She got a lot of table scraps because we didn't have dog food at the time.
Why was she so
took
down
to
and
us
out?
pretty well, needless to say.
Kevin, why was she so sick? Was she just starving?
No, she wasn't sick. She was just a puppy. She was
Oh,
just tiny.
I see. She was just little. So now
Yeah,
she's fully grown,
exactly.
and you guys are
it's a pretty harsh country over there. And without any parents to care for her, she probably wouldn't have done so well.
You know, Kevin, we had on the show a couple weeks ago the guy that delivered 1 million slices of pizza, and he talked so much about just that tiny, I mean, literally a slice of pizza. It's a piece of home that over there was so important. What did it mean for you and your unit to have a dog and to have this primal relationship that we all either remember from our youth? It's a part of growing up. What was it like to have a dog for you guys?
The easiest way to say is when you get back on base or when you're coming back from doing stuff that you got this little puppy there who's so excited to see you. She's totally clueless to what's going on around you, and what's to say, for the people she liked, it was nice. For the people she barked and growled at, probably wasn't so much. But regardless, it still reminds you a little bit of home.
We mentioned it's part of a project called Nobody Left Behind. So how does it work and how can we all help?
Well, it's easy. One, go online. It's amazing the day and age now, but you go online. They have a lot of links on there to post. You'll have individual soldiers as well that you can donate to, or chip in funds, as I think they're referred to sometimes. But just check out Guardians of Rescue. There's also another organization that's actually overseas that helps facilitate getting the dog into a kennel there, and then from there over to the U.S. or to appropriate countries, and that's called NOWZAD, N-O-W-Z-A-D. And they're a great organization. Them along with Guardians of Rescue can always use help, whether it come from donations monetarily, volunteers, or even pet food and medical supplies.
That's awesome. Again, Kevin, I could watch that. I could watch the reunion all day. Lara, you cannot adopt that dog. It's got a home already.
I don't even want to. That's all
You're
Kevin.
capped at 52. Seriously, again, we want to thank you and yours for your service, Kevin. Cannot thank you enough. And how fitting to be reunited on the 4th of July with your little buddy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Great information. Thank you so much for sharing.
Again, it's nowzad.com, NOWZAD.com, and Guardians of Rescue.
We're waiting.
Patrick came through already earlier. We waved to him when he came through. Went downstairs. Alright, nice job.
Say hi to your little. We have a whole bunch here that are waiting for you.
Say welcome home, Patrick.
warmer in there.
Hurry up! Look at Mr. Sergeant Kevin if you don't mind. All right, good job. Thank you. Oh yeah!
Get her, Mama. Wait. No, hold on. Hey, give me another hug. Come on.
Oh man, come on.
Big hug, a rapper in there.
She jumped on a tree frog, jumped you, baby.
Oh, good. Hold on, Johnny. Hold on, Johnny. You gotta have over tomorrow. Don't do that again. Okay.
Green Monster. Give me Green Monster. Come here.
Ranger.
Come here. Hey. Hey. Where you been, buddy? Oh, man. Get Green Monster. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Put it up. Good boy.
He spent 2 tours in Afghanistan fighting for our country and our freedoms. And when he came back, he says he faced one of the biggest challenges ever, keeping his composure before surprising his loving family. Heather Hayes with our Dallas affiliate KDFW has their emotional reunion.
One by one, more than 700 students and staff from Ratton Elementary fill the auditorium. They have no idea who's waiting down the hall in a quiet office.
We never stop missing those who make your life complete.
He's trying to keep it together, but Captain Scott Schwartz is clearly nervous. His almost 7-year-old daughter Emma is one of the students at Ratton. She has no idea Dad is walking down the hall. She thinks he's nearing the end of his 13-month tour, his second tour in Afghanistan.
I'm nervous like a first date.
The surprise was actually Captain Schwartz's idea. He called the school last week, and then they took over.
The special guest is going to give this award to this special person.
Anna ISD Assistant Superintendent Sue Aikens then gives the nod, and the blue curtain opens. All is quiet for a few seconds, then the gasps and applause. His wife Rebecca, who is a math and science teacher at the school, also surprised. She grabs her daughter Emma, who runs right into Daddy's arms.
Whatever expectations I have of coming home and being and surprising Rebecca is far outweighed by the first moment when you see your wife and child again.
It's just been a really long year. So I'm really glad to have him back.
And so is a beaming Emma, who stands on stage while her schoolmates cheer, giving a welcome home surprise to a family that has given so very much to their country.
Okay, I love you too.
Yeah.
Because he has to work. He got called into work. He doesn't know when he'll be able to. If he'll be able to.
I'm sorry, honey.
It's already birthday girl.
Well, I didn't see that.
I know. I saw it since you put the first one down. And he spread them out.
It wasn't my deal.
Robert Thomas, when he was really little.
He probably lived it all over it.
It didn't matter whose birthday it was. If they weren't quick, when they said,
oh yeah,
he blew all the candles.
I went to birthday with.
So on the video, one year we both, the one sitting away. And he had on the left. He blows and he blows.
What?
Okay, I've only got a couple more candles to light. Y'all need to be ready.
What are we timing out?
He
wants to see everybody in the family. Is that what he wants to do?
Alright,
Turn it over. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shnashika. Happy birthday to you. How old are you? How old are you now? How old are you?
I can't get him on Skype when he's in the front yard.
You ain't freaking kidding me.
Jessica, is this the best birthday ever?
He's at work, baby. Working on you.
He is working.
Working on you.
First phone number,
I'm getting you crying. A little bit of notice, didn't I?
Yeah. I'm going to take every day off of work this week. It's official.
Jessica, say hi to the camera.
Who's this? Opie? Opie the nut? I saw her pictures. Come on, girl.
Hey, girl.
Taylor got tall.
I hope that's a good cry.
She must owe you money or something.
You want to go down there?